Matt, it's our longest trip of the season. It's a hell of a journey up to Carlisle. How do you prepare for a game against a side that haven't played in almost a month? Because I guess there's no recent footage for you to look at.
No, difficult on the back of not watching them in recent games. But their patterns, their style of play, I don't think will change too much on the back of the games they've missed. Been in such good form before they were locked down due to the pandemic and their outbreak with the COVID virus. And they've missed a little bit of a chunk of the season. I missed most of January. So I don't think the personnel will have changed too much. And I'd expect them to be of a similar mould to what they were before their own lockdown. And we played them early on in the season, had a good result against them. But even with 10 men, it was a hell of a game of football, a real test, and they put us under constant pressure. And they've done that consistently throughout the season, and they've been close to those top positions in the league consistently for a long period of time. And only through missing games have they dropped down the league. So they'll be looking to get back to that form and hit the ground running come the start Saturday. Both teams will be looking to start the game well. We had a catch-up and debrief in terms of the first half of the season, and it's so apparent that we need to start games better, but also be level at half-time in games. And when I say level, I mean not having to chase games. That's happened too often this season. Obviously, it happened again on Tuesday night. So we know what we're trying to work towards, and hopefully that will come to fruition come this weekend.
We've got a good record at Carlisle. Obviously, some memorable matches up there. Do you look at that record, or do you just think, no, that was last season, don't worry about it?
Look, it plays its part. There's a reason we've had success at Carlisle in the past. The pitch generally suits us up there. A big pitch, always a good playing surface. The groundsman up there does a fantastic job, despite the weather they get up there. So it always seems to suit us. And we always seem to move the ball pretty well. But first and foremost, you've got to get to that ball. You've got to earn the right to play. You've got to get control of the ball. And we know what's coming to a certain extent this weekend. Like I said, I don't think Carlisle's style or patterns of play will change too much. But then when we win the ball back, we've got to use it really well and use it with a mindset that we need to hurt the opposition. And sometimes on a pitch like Carlisle, there's a bit of extra space in certain areas, and we've been able to utilise that in the past. Time will tell if that happens this weekend. But players always have a feel about opposition and always have a feel about opposition grounds as well. And generally, we've had success up at Carlisle, so that bodes well in terms of the players' confidence. Plus, they'll be looking to put Tuesday night behind them and put in a better performance than we did.
Given the fixtures this weekend elsewhere, Forest Green played Cheltenham and Cambridge played Crawley. Do you look at this match and think it's a match that we need to win to keep in touch with those sides up the top?
Not really. I didn't know about those fixtures, I'll be honest with you. I had no ideas in relation to other teams and who they're playing. Sounds incredible. 23 games left, halfway point of the season. So it's not quite at that stage yet where you're looking about other results. It's all about yourselves. And we go to Carlisle, a team who are above us in the league, but within touching distance. And it will all even itself out towards the end of the season when everyone's played similar amount of games. We just got to make sure that we pick up points where we've got the opportunity to do that. And first and foremost, Saturday we'll need a resolute performance, but a performance which doesn't just get dictated to in terms of where we are on that football pitch. And we've got to go there with a really sensible game plan, but one which allows us to attack the opposition as much as to withstand their pressure. And a game which you want to look forward to. Look, before their lockdown, they were top of the league. So we've got to go there and treat it as if we're going to play the top of the league, play the best team in the league as it stands. And that's how we'll be starting the game, and that will be our mindset towards it. But similar to what you've touched on, we've had success at Carlisle in the past, and we'll be looking for that this weekend.
Last weekend, we spoke to you after the game, and you mentioned that you were going to make changes for the Morecambe game. Can we expect changes again at Carlisle because of the schedule?
Yeah, I think so. The travel and obviously 2 home games on a surface which does suggest we struggle physically in the next, whatever the next action is. And we'll freshen it up again this weekend, whether that's personnel or formation wise. We're always looking to input energy on the pitch. And we spoke previously about when you're without some of your more dynamic players or quicker players in Randall Williams and Joel Randall, then you've got to set your team up slightly differently. So we're changing again this weekend, but changing to the benefit of what's needed, and changing in relation to Carlisle and being able to put our best performance out on that pitch. But this group of players are flexible. They're certainly flexible in terms of what they can and can control in relation to the setup of the team. And hopefully, come 1:05, I think it's 1 o'clock kickoff, is it, on Saturday, we'll know if we set the team up in the right manner or not. And that will be as much to the desire to get there first and be first, and win your own individual battles on that football pitch.
Injury-wise, it was good to see Jake Taylor back on Tuesday. How far away would you say we are from seeing Joel Randall back on the field?
I think Saturday will come just too soon, unfortunately, in all honesty. He's out with a physio, he's out on the training pitch, he's not with ourselves as a team, but he's certainly out there. So Tuesday might be more realistic, and if not, then the following Saturday for Jola. Randall Williams still a few weeks away, still walking around on crutches to protect the bone and allow the bone to heal. Jake Taylor probably played more minutes than what we expected on Tuesday. He had his first real, it was a bit part training day on Monday with the pitch was frozen, so we couldn't do too much. But he's trained properly today and looked like he's himself in terms of the way he's moving. So it'd be great to have him available going into the weekend. And then obviously the new signing, Sam Stubbs, is still with the physios and S&C staff at the moment. But in terms of the rest of the group, apart from a few bruises here and there, and the disappointment of choosing that, we're not in a bad position.
Finally, then, I've got to ask you, the transfer window closes on Monday. Can we expect to see any incomings, outgoings in the next few days?
Yeah, I think the next 24 hours will be the player going out and a player coming in. And then we're still working towards other positions on the pitch as well. I've said so many times in the last 2 weeks, we keep putting these offers in front of teams and players, and then it's down to the clubs more than likely in the loan market, which is a difficult market. But you speak to other managers and you understand how difficult recruitment has been this window, and it's been a slow window, and everyone's saying it will come to a head at some point. It could easily stay as a quiet window and nobody moves anywhere. And if that's the case, then we'll keep moving forward in terms of relation to what we've got. But we're always looking for positive additions to the squad, and we feel we've done that with Sam Stubbs in this window, and obviously the possible player going out for a player coming in the next 24, 48 hours, and we'll be looking to add to that in the next few days. Hopefully we'll get a better idea come Sunday afternoon, and then Monday as it all comes to a head Monday evening, and hopefully we've not left ourselves too short.